Early box office projections are in for the upcoming Minecraft movie starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa. And just going by what they're saying here, it sounds like it's a pretty solid opening for it. Not necessarily fantastic. This movie isn't a guaranteed hit just going by these numbers, but I think it is a pretty promising start for it. Box office, Minecraft movie tracking for a decent $58 million opening, and this is according to the Hollywood Reporter. The outlook for a Minecraft movie is looking promising. The kid-friendly movie adaptation of the popular video game is tracking to open to $58 million or thereabouts in its North America debut over the April 4th through 6th weekend, according to sources with access to the data from the National Research Group. Hollywood has long wanted to make a Minecraft film, and even this one faced multiple delays due to the pandemic and subsequent labor strike. Now, personally, when I first heard they were wanting to make a Minecraft movie, I didn't think it was even possible because there's really not much of a story. And then after seeing the first trailers for this, I wasn't really excited. I didn't like the direction they were going for it. I think it would have been better suited if they would have just made it animated instead of trying to do this live action version that just looks kind of weird. But I'll acknowledge that I'm probably not the target audience for this, even though I am someone who plays Minecraft and really enjoys the game. It really does feel like they're aiming at more of a younger audience who also enjoys Minecraft. And since this is such a global IP with a lot of fans of the game around the world, I think it is safe to assume that there are people out there that can turn this movie into a success. It's just a matter of how well received the movie actually is. Warner Brothers partnered with Legendary on the PG rated pick and put up most of the financing for the fantasy action adventure. The pick's budget is reported $150 million before marketing, while pinpointing $58 million. NRG's overall range is $53 million to $63 million range. The studio will now unleash its final marketing blitz in hopes of coming in on the higher end. So $63 million, let's just say it is around the $58 million or $60 million. I think you could expect something comparable overseas. So around $120 million or just a shade under during its opening weekend on a $150 million budget is a pretty good start for this type of movie. But as I was saying, it really all depends on how well received the movie is. So far, the reaction to the trailers, this final trailer that they released a couple of weeks ago, is pretty well received, at least significantly more likes and dislikes. But still, there is quite a few dislikes on this one. We saw something similar to the first trailer that they had, but $120 million opening and on a $150 million budget, when you factor in marketing and all that other stuff, this is a movie that probably needs to make around $500 million in order to be considered a success. Not necessarily be profitable. I think it's a shade under that in order for it to be profitable, but I think in the studio wants to see around $500 million mark, and with the opening weekend that they're getting, that's a strong possibility, especially when you consider that there's not a whole lot of competition in theaters at that time. Got this chart pulled up. So you see April 4th, that's when Minecraft's going to be released. And then throughout the rest of the month of April, there's really nothing that's on a wide release that's going to compete with Minecraft. Let's see here. No, I'm not really seeing anything. Let me know in the comments if you see something that kind of stands out as a potential competitor to Minecraft, but I'm not seeing it here. The closest thing that I can come up with is Until Dawn, which is releasing a couple weeks later, and it's not even that's the same target demographic, since that's I believe going to be an R-rated or probably a PG-13 rated horror movie. The only reason I say that it's a potential competition is because that's also a video game based movie, but that's what significantly lower budget than this one. So Minecraft has clear skies ahead of them so in order for it to be successful. But with the opening weekend like they're having, the reason why I'm saying it's not necessarily a guaranteed success with what they need to make is just for comparison's sake, Captain America Brave New World. And I know this is completely different. The reason I'm comparing is because it's another recent release from a big studio. And it's also from an established IP with a lot of fans behind it. I mean, obviously, Marvel has less fans now than it did 5 years ago, but still, there's still a big fan base surrounding Marvel movies. And you can see with the opening weekend on that one, just under $90 million domestically. And then after that, it pretty much fell off a cliff and people stopped watching it. And so far, they have yet to even break the $400 million mark worldwide. So this is a movie that's going to be a flop. And obviously, the budget for this one's significantly higher. Never mind the fact that, I mean, they're saying it's $180 million, but realistically, it's probably a higher budget for this one, and it's not going to make that back. But you think about Minecraft, if they had an opening weekend comparable to what Captain America Brave New World was, and audiences just don't like the movie, then we're probably going to see a steep drop off, and it's not going to clear the $500 million mark, which Warner Brothers really is hoping for it to clear. But one of the big things that's different about that one, as opposed to this, is Marvel movies tend to be front loaded, where fans of Marvel movies are going to go see it opening weekend. Other studios aren't necessarily the same thing. So you can see a solid weekend or opening weekend for Minecraft. And then you see people start trickling in over the other weeks if the movie is in fact good. And that's the key thing, the takeaway from all this. It all depends on how well received the movie is for general audiences. Because if in the following weeks or after opening weekend, if you hear people say that the movie is really good, then it's possible that this will pick up a lot of steam with other audiences who might be kind of on the fence, but since there's nothing else coming out and they hear this is a good movie, they're like, okay, it looks like it's kind of a fun movie. Maybe I'll check it out. And I think we can see this movie really go on to make a lot of money at the box office. But if after that opening weekend, you see the audience scores on sites like Rotten Tomatoes really low, then I think we're going to see a pretty steep drop off in the following weeks after that. And it might limp to I don't know, maybe not profitability, but it would probably just sputter at the box office before finally dropping off. So like I said at the start of this video, it's a solid opening for this movie at $58 million domestically, but it really is up to them whether or not the movie is going to be a success. And what I mean by that is the movie has to be good first and foremost. And if it's not good, then I don't see them actually making money. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Do you think this movie actually looks decent and you're willing to give it a shot its opening weekend? Or do you need to hear from other people that the movie is good before you're willing to give it a chance? And also, if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with the latest entertainment news. And don't forget to click that like button and share this video out there because it really helps out with the channel. Thank you.